welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute, this music isn't right, the scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time for the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Good morning, Nevermorians. Yes, folks, I'm experimenting with not blowing my lungs out on this manic Monday. I'm your host with the most, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, and we have so much to talk about. But before we do, you know how it is, we gotta pay some bills. So first and foremost, huge shout out to Joe Bachman over at Joe Bachman Technologies, who is the sponsor of basically all my niftiness. He got a great deal when he donated that year of StreamYard. If you want to support him, please go here to Joe Bach Tech Apps. Yes, right now he has the Big Stompy Robots app available, the quick play version available through Google and for iProducts. So that's going on. We also are made possible by the wonderful patrons over at the Historical Fencing Guild. You know what? I may have to do the shout because it clears my mind. It really gets me going. But that's okay. We're experimenting. We're learning. We are not wearing our Hawaiian shirt inside out. I have to check these things because it's a Monday. Wow. We also are made possible by sales of course, the simple sword, the simple spear, and the fighting axe, all available through Amazon, as well as the Big Stompy Robots line of books and games, and Hybrids, the Sons of God, the RPG. These guys are only available at Luke Stone Studios. The rest can all be found at Amazon.com/author/Nicholas Tockert. Wow. Let's get into accountability. Odd one accountability-wise. I have a whole bunch of art videos up that were supposed to be thumbnails for this week's Nevermind the Furthermore, and there was a glitch. So because of the odd glitch, those thumbnails did not get to become thumbnails. We will work on it. But you still got to see a wonderful set of art purposes, and as always, they are added to the time-lapse playlist, which I will be trying to make public very soon, because I realize that is not on my site directly, and I need to fix that so that it is. I have a playlist where you can just sit and watch in a matter of seconds me draw up or paint up all sorts of wonderful things, and I find it very cathartic to just kind of chill and watch things like that. That's why I make them. We also let's see, I did that. Fixed, finally, after epic battles and throwing elbows, the Art and Tales Volume 1 is available on paperback. I have 10 copies allegedly coming my way. I say allegedly because shipping is what shipping is. I also, I did that. I am working on a merch store through Printful. And pretty soon I will have support your local Swordmaster shirts. I'm going to do things related to Nevermind the Furthermore. All sorts of really neat things are coming down the pipe. I am genuinely excited to have that available for some people who enjoy what I do. Also, wait, there's more, Nick. I've been writing on my anthology. I have 2 weeks left, roughly, in 2022. I am hoping to bang out a couple new finish up a couple projects, because I still want to get 2 more publications. It would be a doozy, but we might be able to pull it off. So all that's coming down the pipe. I am incredibly excited. And now for some news, in case you guys missed it. I'm an avid. I mentioned this in my Art Time with Nick. I did a little news segment before I got into it, but I want to mention it again. There, for the artists among us, there is a huge debate between the artists and, shall we say, the prompters, the individuals who are using AI to generate art by giving it prompts. Previously, that was done by people. And the problem with that is the AI doesn't so much as generate as basically it takes a whole bunch of pictures and looks for tags on those pictures and then streamlines them. Now, Clip Studio Paint, which is a very powerful Photoshop alternative that I believe to be superior, at least for art and drawing purposes, because that's not what Photoshop was intended for, was developing one, and the users, the fan base, were horrendously up in arms, and they responded by taking it down. They stopped the whole thing. I showed a video from the link from the letter they sent out, basically saying we misunderstood our community, and I am delighted to find out that that's the case. I would like to see more pushback on that, because I think right now that system as it is theft, and it is negating the people who use, things like DeviantArt or Clip Studio Paint. So this is big news, and this is positive news. And we need to spread the word, because if they're going to do the right thing, they need to be rewarded. That's how things should work. So that's coming down the pipe. Today, I believe, is Brian Rodman's birthday. So happy birthday to the burliest of all the comic book Spectrum reviewers, and Mike Mignola's biggest fanboy. I hope Hellboy comes and knocks on your door and gives you a cake and doesn't have to kill things. But with all that said, I'll try to keep my things under 10 minutes. Let's see what this show's really about, the art and activities, and I consider writing an art, folks, of the wonderful chat. So let's hit up the chat, and we're going to see what's going on there. Good morning, everyone. From Carl Witzman. His accountability is got bored, so I actually wrote some in the spy novel. Wasn't too inspired, but it wasn't too bad either. We'll do a rewrite before the final. Could be the best scene with work. Awesome. Howdy, folks. Howdy, Richie. And we got greetings for Rich. We got Donna's greeting everybody. Hi, Donna. How you doing? Happy Charcoal is asleep in the window after getting some blueberry muffin, including a bite of blueberry. I love blueberry. Haha, bet she's liking 2 breakfasts. She got some blueberry from me earlier, too. Blueberries are awesome. Also explains why Bored Calvin just stuck his claws in my knee. Carl, do you need more coffee? I am fine. Be right back. And good morning, Blue Teddy at Blue Teddy Narrations. How are you doing? You got any new projects in the work, hon? Hi, Blue. Hey, Blue Teddy. Yikes. I had my volume turned to clean the office, and my own voice scared me. Okay. Morning, Donna, Carl, and Blue Teddy. And Joe Bachman, who I just was talking about, wants to see all things at bit.ly, all things Nick. Check out Nick's website, bit.ly/Nick Tockert. And check out Carl's books on Lulu, bit.ly/Carl Witzman. Donna's books on Lulu, bit.ly/Donna Carly. Hey, Joe. Check out Blue Teddy Narrations on YouTube. Ooh, okay, I've got some nerve pain today. Hey, Joe B. Oh, check out Blue Teddy. Yeah, on Blue Teddy Narrations on YouTube. bit.ly/Blue Teddy YT. Yeah, see, Joe's just being awesome. Everybody's happy to see him, and he's just being awesome. Good morning. Ace greeting everybody. The quick play is for iOS, 99 cents there, and Android, 99 cents there for the BSR quick play. Morning, Joe. We got Rich. Now, Joe, if you haven't heard, I may have accidentally done a light commercial for your character stats and roller. So you need to make sure that's out. You probably want to throw a copy of the OGL for D&D at the end somewhere in tiny print. But or keep it free. And I'm going to be talking to you at some point about setting up a similar app for base plus 2 level games. But folks are interested in it, so you're welcome. Wow, Monday has run Nick over with his truck, backed over, and run him over again. Yeah. I found out we're dropping nearly $600 on the new to us pickup truck to repair the power steering. You got no choice. You have to have at least 2 cars rolling at all times. So we have that. But I've been hopping and popping. I was up very late last night, and because, well, my whole family's been sick. I've been taking care of them and it through my sleep schedule back to the bad old days. So I got some stuff knocked out, which is what we do. And I am so looking forward to completing the system to have things like merch again. Well, merch and some other goodness, because I really want to have goodness. Ooh. Still not accountable. Yeah, and there's no one can hold you to account, dear. Accountability. Went through a pile of stuff to my right. Did a little more organization. Awesome. I actually been beating my butt that way too. You'll notice the back window looks a little more steady. We are slowly getting things set up where I can actually put it back where it originally went and patch that hole in the wall, but or at least cover it. Cool, Rich. I've been reorganizing and cleaning too. Yeah, chase the dopamine, my friends. Chase the dopamine. Accountability. I am behind on all projects currently. Once things settle down, I will be able to focus more on works in progress. Hey, you got to do what you got to do, Joe, and the holidays are coming. I'm trying to think of which variants you guys all celebrate, but I hope you have fun during all of them. Let's see. The organization was to find notes related to the fire and things that go bump in the night. Did you find them? Well, and in other news, no, some. But these projects I've been working on and off for a decade. Yeah, we get you. Thanks for the link, Joe. See, Blue Teddy appreciates Joe Bachman. I really need to turn those links into bit.ly links at some point. It is sorcery, and you are the techno mage, Joe. You know? As for accountability, mostly I've been doing gesture drawing and practice sessions, some perspective studies. Cool. Don't be afraid to broadcast that stuff. People love seeing practice done and how people learn. Uh, I think it's a wonderful world. I can go and I can just today I'm drawing this blah 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 blah. Today I'm doing a random generated character blah 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 blah, and just knock it out. So don't be afraid to broadcast your stuff. And that's one thing I'd like to ask and probably a useful question. Oh, we've got some more stuff. And Joby is awesome with his link sharing. Wait, morning all, morning Nick, ... Hope all is well. Oh, well, first, let's show our man Jody McPhee, who I haven't heard from in a bit lately. Glad to see you on the show. Because here here on WNTF, Nevermind the Furthermore, we run only the smoothest commercials.
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, and I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
Yeah, Jody always has an amazing opinion on something, so it's always a good thing to check out. What was that PayPal link again? PayPal link? Oh, what? Are you looking to bribe me? Anyone looking to bribe me can easily do so at paypal.me/Nicholas Tockert. I will gladly accept any donations thrown my way. And I will then hit the wrong button and bungle a few things up. So let's just get that out of the way. And we will go back into comments, and we will be back here. Blue Tay says, well, the gesture studies are all nude, so YouTube may protest. That happens. Hey, Jody. Catch the Desk Small Press Publisher on YouTube. Extingency. That's a bit, at least that's Extingency Studios. And, we got some accountability. Accountability for today. I'm letting anger dissipate. I dealt with issue that led to a separation from a group and friendship. Outside of that, I'm 13 pages into Primetime Saturday Night number 4. Well, I'm sorry you went through drama. Drama is a reality that happens in what we do. And sometimes the drama is necessary. Sometimes you have to talk a situation out, and sometimes people just generate drama for drama's sake. It's always fascinating to find out what drama, how you process it, okay? Because how you deal with drama will greatly affect how you deal with, basically everything. Because if you can't handle drama, now handling drama sometimes can be, you're done, I'm done, no malice, but you're gone. Drama can also be about the people who will make it harder and harder to do your job. And I find it's best to, when you find out somebody is a vexation, someone who makes your life more difficult, if possible, don't deal with them anymore. Meet the end of your contract and walk. If you don't have a contract, DD Mao. TTFN, and have a splendid day. I don't wish ill on anybody, but I do wish, away sometimes. And you know what? That's fine, because I have no problem with people saying I wish away on you. Well, sometimes. Sometimes that stings, but that's the reality of life. Part of what we do, and when you deal with drama, is dealing with the aftermath. And I hope you aren't dealing with any aftermath. This is the time of year for me, as we lead up to the holidays, before I let myself really enjoy it, where I think about the people who aren't here in my life, and some of those people are deceased, and I miss them. And there are some in my life. I'm sorry. I think about my buddy Jesse, who taught me how to armor, and Ben Starkey and a few others. Meredith Longburn hit a lot of people, but and then the people who left my life because of, well, drama, and you have to grieve them too sometimes. Even if by many people's opinions that they don't deserve it, even if you shouldn't be unhappy they left their life, but sometimes you have to, and that's okay. But give it its time, give it its place, and let it walk away when it's done. A lot of emotions work that way, I find. I'm a bit of a stoic. Not fully, but I'm there. And let's see. For all the people I am sharing links for, feel free to use those in any of your promotional things you do. If you ever want to know how many engagements you are getting, let me know. Guys, if you're looking for someone, I don't know when or if Joe's going to hire out his amazing services. But if Joe ever wanted to, he'd make a hell of a professional webmaster. Joe's a great guy, and he's doing so much for this community. Joe, do you have a PayPal link people can thank you? Is there a place where people can say, "Hey, Joe, here's a coffee for all your services"? I'd like to know that. Also, I got an email about being at C2E2 for 2023. Awesome, Jody. Morning, Joe. Sorry to hear about the issue over the weekend, but the email news is great news, it seems. I think so. Bounce like a 3-year-old on sugar and caffeine and bouncy castle. Yep, sorry to hear that, but it happened to me a few times. Yes, Joby needs to promote his skills and services. See, and that's what I want. That's part of what this is. This will never be a shill show. Okay, I will never be like, and hop on and see this person's StreamYard. There are other programs for that sort of thing. But this is a show about talking to the creators about the creators. And that's why I ask these questions. Sometimes I get great answers. Sometimes you guys just go, no. But we got to maintain that because we need a place that's ours. And that's what I try to keep the show as. There's some wonderful works and projects going on. It's like, I'm pretty sure Carl is either just has or is about to do a new edition on his Munsey book, which I think Munsey is the art of hiding QR codes places and then having people track it down. I honestly don't know. So it'd be a great time for Carl to mention what that is. At some point, I'd love to see Joe do more than just his amazing construction videos, although I love them. Joe does a great short form, and I'm talking about Joe Bachman here. Short form, you have a question about construction. What is that machine? What does it do? Or you want to see how road construction works behind the scenes? Joe has some great videos on that. I am the guy with miles and miles and miles and miles and miles and miles and miles of search history of things diverse and are. Oh, and thank you. Joe D. McPhee is greeting everybody. Oh, and yes, Carl says, you got it, Nick. We hide our little QR codes all over the world and people hunt for them with their smartphones. Scan for points, get some exercise. That's delightful. I have not really done much at all with QR codes. I find them a little easy because look at a text link and I can say, okay, that looks legit. I cannot decipher a QR code until I look at it. So that's probably why I've stayed back from that a bit. But I do find that fascinating. And I love that there are all these things people participate in. I watched the Pokemon Go craze hit. And while it isn't something I do admire uh, the jam. Oh, whoops. The PDF of the book for anyone here is a free PDF of the book for anyone here. Just contact or FB or email. Carl wants you to be able to play with him. And I, as a game designer, love that. Oh, these codes are locked and safe. Those QR codes on the back of semis are not Munsies. No, those are tracking tags. My wife had to do that when she was a security guard. I love the randomness of things I get to study and be interested in. And I really wish more people would take time to realize with the internet you can ask Google or Bing or Jeeves, yes, any question, and you can get most often an answer. This is fascinating to me. I can't get over just being able to go ding, 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 and type away and get these things. You don't be afraid to research the random questions that pop in your mind. Now, I have of late found out that vast parts of my personality are a simple mix of ADHD and trauma, but that doesn't mean the the research methods don't have value. As us writers tend to be a fairly how do I want to put this, weathered group. We tend to write from a position of having endured something because you can only write what you know. And you can only draw what you've seen and experienced. So it's important to get out there and experience. So something like chasing these Munsies down, that sounds like a delightful activity. It isn't one I'm up for due to mobility and just travel limitations. But I am really glad that you guys are out able to do that. I think that's a great thing. So yeah, you know what? This poses a great question. Okay, Carl and Donna are both writers and authors and internet hosts. We'll say alcohol aficionados, cigar aficionados of one measure or another, and they have this passion for this game / activity. I think calling it a game makes sense. Munsie. What, guys, as authors and creatives, is your sort of side passion? What is the fun little things you do to stay sane? I mean, for me, I've built my whole world on a sort of 3-pillar system of gaming, sword fighting, and art. And all my writing, all my works usually orbit around these 3 sort of pillars. But when I'm not doing this and I'm not playing and working on games I've played Magic the Gathering since Alpha. I love keeping fish. I haven't been able to lately, and I actually have to reset my fish tanks. But I want to keep fish again. Travel as an activity, short trips, because I find that there are wonders nearby that people miss. He pulled me in because I can get badges. I need them stinking badges. I know that one. Sweet vindication. Yes, look, proof that I have done something and it has had a positive effect. Oh, it's so good. Um, Few things are as reliable a dopamine source as number gets bigger or here's a shiny token. Oh my gosh. Uh, Lamau says, Jody McPhee, usually that's how it happens, Donna. Yeah, that's mainline that. Blue Teddy says, games, board games, TTRPGs, video games. I just like to play. Absolutely. I'm a 40-year-old man who starts the day with breakfast and a video game most days of the week. I played Halo for a long time. I feel Halo has betrayed its fan base. I will talk about that. I won't. At any point, they want, not Halo 343, wants to talk about it because of some of their spicier choices they've made and the fact that they promised a simple feature and over a year out, they haven't done it. That being split local co-op. They told us it would be there. They aren't. They lied. Therefore, I have a problem. Played a wonderful game now called Splitgate on Hawken. And I'm about a week into playing a thing called Hawken, which is a limited lore mecha, very mech warrior-esque, but smoother. Great fun there. I have to do something like that to kind of get my brain and synapses firing. I got Meredith into it too, and we even went on a hunt with her while we were in Florida. You know what? I understand the sad, but if you did something that brings joy into someone's life, then that has matter. That has matter. Well, it has energy, and energy and matter are the same thing. So yeah, it has matter. Anyway, it matters. You took just because someone passed early and unfortunately doesn't mean that your memory should be any less golden. They should be immortalized as, for whatever the percentage of life, for some sliver of it, you brought them joy, and that matters. Sane? Nope, don't like sanity. Things have to make sense when you're sane. And when you're insane, you see a purple dragon just trucking down the road, and you're like, cool. When you're sane, you shatter. Flexible minds, Richard. Flexible minds. As long as you keep the ability to bend like the willow and not split like the oak, you'll do fine. Check out Amanda Tockert's books on Amazon, bit.ly/Amanda Tockert. Yes, she is. I have got her working on some projects, including the fact that she used to be what was called a feastocrat. And a feastocrat is a person who makes, writes, cooks, repairs, and runs the kitchen at medieval feasts. And she is an accomplished home cook and an accomplished cook in that setting. So I'm getting her to write a cookbook. And I'm thinking of writing my version of a cookbook, which is knit cooking. And knit cooking is nightmarish. But it would be a very tongue-in-cheek version of a cookbook because, I really can't do much other than tongue-in-cheek. Johnny's is work. That's Johnny's hobby, his secondary thing, his life. It's work. I would say that, except Johnny has taken the art form of being a commenter on YouTube streams and elevated it personally. I enjoy both being on the receiving edge of Johnny's amazing wit and watching him wreak havoc. I've heard, because I haven't been able to watch Red Valkyrie Presents, but Johnny's been reincarnated yet again in a format to keep harassing the folks over there. Sup, Johnny? And check out Kickstarter for Radio Retro Future, Association of Ishtar/KS. Good morning, Johnny. Hey, Joe. Check out Michaela J. at bit.ly/author Michaela Jade. Morning Second Joe. Check out Dan Hollifield's books, bit.ly/Dan Hollifield. But How I Detox. D&D/Pathfinder. World of Warcraft, and reading other people's works of fiction and non. Now, I found World of Warcraft, from my observations, to be far too much math. Everybody I knew, with perhaps the exception of you, the way they talked about World of Warcraft, I'm like, that sounds like an accounting career. And the levels of logistical planning could be tempting, but honestly, I'm not looking for a detox that is that much work, says the guy who's an artist, author, sword master, retired paranormal consultant. Yeah. Game designer, a few other things here. But it seems like a lot of work. Now, I am always fascinated by the people who play the D&D versus Pathfinder variants, because I have to admit I had an absolute blast playing Pathfinder. And not Richie Asplund, I'm looking at Richie Asplund. James Robertson ran it. It was I made a scary gnome. He was my hero. Johnny freaking Cage, if you have any links to promote, let me know. I'll add them. Thank you. Hey, Johnny. Hey, Don. Yeah, we gotta get Johnny making more money. That's one of my goals. I don't plan on WoW. I just go in swinging. Well, that sounds more fun. Wait. Leroy Jenkins. Sorry, I had to get that out of my system. RPGs seem to be math. No, some are, but the way I do it, there's not much. I like rules light systems. I do play a lot of, at least I used to play a lot of old school RPGs on both TTRPGs, so tabletop, and video game RPGs. And obviously I make them, but the more I play them, the more I appreciate rules light systems, because I'm there to have fun, and I want the narrative, even if it's the combat narrative, to overshine the mechanics and the digging through the book. That's how I feel about tabletop tactics. I have a huge passion. People do not know how much I love, like, big stompy robots, how much I truly love pushing miniatures around and blowing things up on a 4x8 board. It is one of the great joys in life. Wow, for rating, yeah, it gets crunchy math, but there's skills. There's collecting things, pets, and mounts, and work on skills, Misty. Yeah, see, now, I'm a bit of a Minecrafter. I quite like playing Minecraft. And I'll play that with my son and my wife. It's like, Nick, if you're this busy, how are you playing games? I don't watch TV often. That's really... if I'm watching TV, I'm doing something else. I'm fixing something, I'm eating, I'm working on something. But I can't help but, it's background. So I'm good. Getting stuff done. Listen to the story, watch a little bit, get stuff done. It's a lot like that college environment. Missing coffee, sorry. But unless it's very good. And then I'm watching... I watch things that are smarter than they should be. What did we watch that Maddie and I just watched a series that was very, very smart. We were talking about how layered it was. Yancey Derringer is actually very, very smart for what it is. And it's an ancient, I think it's out in the 50s. It's on Amazon. You can see it through Prime. But we don't we watch Leverage. We watch shows that tend to have heart, aren't too depressing, have comedy and drama. It takes a pilot to inspire us. It's the same way with our reading. Love me some audiobooks. Audio stories. I'm all for that. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Richie says, I burnt out on raiding. I just like to go places and slaughter nasty things to get. Now, see, that's how I'd play it, but I wouldn't even mess with bosses and stuff. That's kind of my process. But I burnt out on raiding. Get out nasty, toxic levels of aggression. And that's one thing people need to understand. Finding games can be your catharsis. This is why I play games where I shoot things and blow things up. I can go, I am frustrated. I do like I like Hawken better than I like it better than Splitgate. It's a different kind of game. Because first-person shooters, while I love them, sometimes there's the speed of reaction can be a little hard on my nerves. Like physical nerves, not like mental nerves. Tracking things is problematic. Things. And yes, if you see me doing odd gestures, and you may be newer to this channel, if I'm doing the odd gestures, it is part of occupational therapy. It is how I tend to my nerve problems. And having learned what I need to do, it's like I don't have to do the full yang long form kind of thing to get the stretches. I could do a short form. I could do my fencing variant. So a lot of times my hands will be going and doing something else. Let's see. Crow used to go nuts with Minecraft. It's a great game. You can play it local. You can, once you bought it, you have it. There's always another adventure. I'm the guy who loves making new worlds. I have way too many worlds on Minecraft. And, Xander will play it with me sometimes. Mandy will play it with me sometimes. And sometimes I'm just, there's a, intoxicant isn't the right word, but there's a meditative, there's a rhythm to it when you get going. And you're just doing the things and exploring, and you're just kind of melted. It has a groove. Let's see, Rich, I like the Dark Moon Fair and the holidays for easy achieves and experience points. That makes sense. When I'm frustrated, I like to go into lower area and just one-shot beings and slaughter everything. I get that too. I bowl better angry. I either have to be ticked off or talking crud to bowl well. Yes, I get that. There are some things that, see, it's funny. Anger is a funny thing. We should talk about that. Anger makes you stupid. It's been proven that anger lowers your IQ points about 20%. The last time I looked at the numbers, Carl's probably seen much more advanced numbers and maybe even more recently than I have. But it's a huge chunk. You literally get dumb when you're angry. Now, why does that have anything to do with what I'm talking about? Because you're saying it's a good thing. When you are intelligent, it's funny, intelligence has been linked with depression, okay? It's just been linked over a lot of studies. I really need to start being able to back up with citations, but you guys look it up. If you don't believe me, look it up. And part of it is the more intelligent you are, and depression, when you're intelligent, comes together because you are more statistically able to process the odds of something happening. Optimism is not a statistically accurate approach, but it's a necessary survival trait. So sometimes, and this might sound crazy, but to change gears from a depressed state, you drop into emotional, angry, frustrated, to vent, get catharsis, and it makes you dumb enough that it just turns that part of your mental processing off. So you can go from there to feel better, to get happy, to get back in a position where you can process it. This is my theory. But being able to go and let it out, just completely blow the ears off of anybody who's listening. You're either driving and you're swearing in your car, or you're playing a game, you're like 360 no scope, whatever. Well, 180 no scope is probably more impressive, but anyhow, you come back from it and you've spread and you feel better. Often caused a hyper focus. Yes, billiards is that way. I used to be very much, my family likes a softer version of billiards. Softer isn't quite the way to put it, but we play on an old table that's got some table roll, and the physics get a little weird on certain pool tables. But we find that that used to be something that hyper focus, because bowling, billiards, marksmanship of all kinds, throwing weapons, archery, using firearms safely, they all force you to do it and do it well, to breathe and to turn off the rest of your mind. And when you can get there and feel, for me, it's almost tangible. It's like the old Flash Gordon style consoles where there's thousands and thousands of buttons, or it's like a big mecha cockpit. I'm just going tick off, 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 off. I'm doing this. And it just pulls in. This is why I love to fence. Because when I am fencing, if I am not teaching, and no, I count teaching separate from classical fence, when I am just fighting, you breathe, you have to be self-aware. You have to be centered. You have to know where you are in space and in time. You can't be worrying about what happens next. You can't be worrying about what used to happen. It's a great way to take... I think in life, we get unstacked and unfolded like paper dolls. So we go from a three-dimensional object to an almost two-dimensional object. Stretch, because our mind is, back in the past that you can't reach, and back in the forward, and you're way out in the forward, trying to predict the future you can't predict. And you're not anywhere because you're trying to be everywhere. And it just folds back in on itself to, again, becoming this 3D. I am me. I am here. If I reach here, it's deflects a sword. If I do this, it doesn't. So you get these, your body starts to feel your hitbox. And that's all that matters. You keep the bad stuff out of your hitbox, you put something else in somebody else's. Boom. Give and take. You find the rhythm and you go. And just going, it just helps. You just get your groove and you sweep the problem out, you push it away, you move it over here. I don't want to deal with it. Maybe you pose hard. Usually I don't. That's not my way. And when you find that, you start to find this sense where all the problems get solved and you get into that flow. And so when I realized that exists in physical hand-to-hand, I've started to seek it more and more in life. So I look for the rhythm that will let me get what I need to do done and pull me into this point. And when it does, there's clarity. And as Poirot would say, my little gray cells, they become happy. Ooh. Smart people think too much and get themselves depressed. And yeah, you have to just relax and get it out. I love Lovecraft. And somebody mentioned sanity. I think it's Richie Little. You see a purple dragon. We have By reading fiction, we expand the parameters of the possible. By reading science fiction, we expand the parameters of the possible that we might be able to do. And by writing fiction and science fiction and fantasy, and of course any other genre, but we take the corners we have expanded and we put it out so that other people can expand into a similar shape, if possible. So that, if, going back to Richie's Purple Dragon, if I am going down the road and I see a purple dragon, okay, so let's say I'm driving down the road, driving in my car. Let me get comfortable. Here we are. Yeah. Driving in my car. Beep, beep. Yeah, life is good. There's a purple dragon. Now, what am I going to do? If someone is in the car, I am going to confirm. Do you see said purple dragon? Now, if they don't, I know it's either a hallucination or some kind of supernatural entity. Perhaps click my power button twice, click, 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 and go, bing, take a picture of said purple dragon. I don't know if I would pull over if the purple dragon is following me, because, that's a large entity, but okay. Now, depending on it, and my brain's going, well, what the heck is this? And I immediately fall into debunk mode. So, purple dragon's going down side of the road. Is it solid? Is it an animatronic? Maybe it's a holographic projection? Some type of puppet? Do I see strings above it? How is this happening? And by being able to just accept that whatever is happening, now let's ask how, your mind doesn't go, ah! Sometimes you round a corner in the woods and you're faced with a predator. You have three options: fight, flight, or freeze. Yes, there are three, not two. Anybody who says two is falling into the hero's fallacy. There's a fallacy, and I think it's just fallacy because we admire agency over inaction, even agency of cowardice. But if the first thing you analyze, has it seen me? Can I back away? Is it aggressing? What is it doing? And then you make a decision, and you stay limber and you stay flexible and you figure out what to do best. How I would feel and approach rounding a corner and seeing a predator, a mountain lion, a bear, a big wolf, a dog, a copperhead snake, cottonmouth, whatever, a rattlesnake, something like that, giant spider, doesn't matter, is how is it acting? Whoop. Instant analysis, make a plan, act out the plan. Did it work? My goal is to get out alive. So, there you go. You have to process. And that's what will keep you sane or functionally insane. I'm not sure where that would go. Again, talk to Carl. He's got more letters after his name than I do. Or before his name, as the case may be. Joe says, if I see a purple dragon, I'll probably roll for initiative and go from there. Engaging in combat would be the last. Well, roll for initiative isn't necessary. That's, who's going to do what this turn. But I would really avoid engaging in contact with them. I've seen you roll. You want to see what happens. Initiative rolls are normally high for me. That way I can be the first one to miss the target and accidentally hit one of my teammates instead. If I saw a purple dragon, I'd want to, pet it. And, okay. I have never seen anything manifest as a purple dragon. I have seen some very large, very odd situations that I probably won't talk about on a public forum. But and mind you, and remind you that I have never deliberately taken an intoxicant, save for medical things, because of some of my more colorful paranormal experiences. Uh, and I actively seek to debunk all of them if possible. Sometimes the debunking is, well, you saw X. Okay, cool. But the worst thing to do would be panic. Ah! That burns energy and accomplishes nothing. Don't ever panic. But yeah, I can see the want to pet it. I can see the want to pet it. But wow, we have gone some interesting places. Not many videos. So let's run an ad. Let's run an ad. Who haven't I run an ad for? Oh, I need to run this ad.
Good day, Kips and Scabs. You actually managed to reach our first goal of 30 followers on our Kickstarter to fund Bound for the Sticks, a novel by Bunsard Bogle that will include Moi, the founder. But you're not off the hook yet. We need a lot more kibble before we can fulfill this campaign. Our next goal is 50 followers, which will unlock a new item that will be made available during the campaign. A miniature of our protagonist, some scav I never heard of. Regardless, you get to visit Arcology, the capital of the multiverse, founded by me, Dunkett Lexicon, and you'll get to see my studio and my horde of collectors down the end of the hall casino. So, get to work! And in case you are Tockert to visit our beautiful city, check out our video guide, link in the description, and of course make your stay your way.
Yeah, that is a great ad, and Bonsert does some nifty stuff. So yeah, we got on the topic of, we got to the point in conversation where Donna Carlene is going, pss, 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 you're kitty kitty to a purple dragon. Oh, my art brain is engaging so hard. Nope. Time for me to dip out here. I've done a lot of PDFs to download for work and add pay item justifications to it. Have a great day and see you all once. See you, Joe. You have a wonderful, wonderful day. And you know what, guys? What I'm going to do is I am going to duck out right now to let all the people who want to go to Daphne and Nita's show over on the Indie Comics Network. Let you guys go. Have a wonderful time. I'm going, well, I'll run another ad real quick in case other people want to wait in conversation. And then I think I might just do a quick art time with Nick because Donna Carlene, in one form or another, talking to a purple dragon is making a picture in my head, and I kind of want to draw it. So what I'm going to say is have a good day here. I'll close this one out real quick, hop into another one because it's a separate project, and I'll set it up for art time with Nick. And I might just do a quick, just do some fun art. That sound fun? Okay. If I don't see you there, you can catch it in the rerun. I understand. You want to go see Daphne and them? Please hit up Amazon.com because, oh, geez, I didn't even promote my own stuff. Give me just a second. I forgot to remind you guys that the Art and Tales is live both on copy. Here we go. Art and Tales is live both on the both on as an ebook and as a hardback, paperback. So I will see you then. I'm going to hop out of this quick restart and get shifted over brand-wise, and you guys can have a wonderful day. So with all that having been said, be kind to each other and to yourselves, and keep writing, because